afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Stable Condition.
Clayton, put down the bass.
You have guitar bias, so you can't even touch it.
Please drop the bass.
No! That's a bad idea.
Goodbye, dude, dang glue.
I didn't say this on the BronyCon episode from last week, but I let Luck borrow my guitar for his Renegade.
Were you terrified?
He did it.
Oh! You dropped it?
No. Like he did that thing Chuck did, where you put it that behind you like that without any hands. I literally shouted, "Hand!" I screamed, "Hand! Hand on the guitar!"
What the hell? Like, I thought he would know not to do that.
Some people, I think straps are okay and they'll be secure. Look, I don't care if it makes me look like an ass in front of everybody. One time is enough. No. Tibor, put it down.
I'm a guitarist.
I'm kidding. Calm down.
But you're not a bassist.
Well, yeah, because I have standards.
You're really...
Wow.
Do the doodle-doo with bass.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think...
it's kind of...
No, it's better with guitar. I know it is.
Yeah, definitely.
That one was okay. Anyways, so we're going to cut into it this time. It's just, hand!
Best bassist, go.
Leonard Skinner.
Leonard Skinner is not a guy.
Leonard Skinner.
Getty Lee. Anyways,
He wins. Go on.
so our review
Billy
is
Joel.
Fame and Misfortune.
The guy that sings for Nickelback.
So far away and far too long.
Can we please just do it?
It's a great Michelle Creamer
Look at this
song.
photograph.
Fame and Misfortune.
I wish I had fame.
The, as I like to call it, the perfect pair hangover. What?
Oh, God.
You don't need to see.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah, this
The perfect pair hangover.
is the one that aired during
BronyCon, yeah. We all watched it in a hotel room, huddled around a laptop with our Bluetooth speaker kept buzzing.
Again, I kept offering to go back to our room where we had the hookup for it, but they're like, no, we're not cool enough to go to your room, JWhoof. I was like, yeah, you're right, you're not. Crusader is, though. Come on, Crusader.
Oh, Crusader. Anyways, so Fame and Misfortune. How are we going to start this one?
I love this episode.
They got rich off of those books.
Well, it was written by Larson.
Saying that
Got to make money.
Originally written by Larson, then heavily edited, apparently.
Like recycled and...
But I wonder, like, how so? Like, what was edited about it?
Like, what parts were recycled and which ones were kept in.
Yeah,
I don't know. We can ask him at Nightmare Nights.
That'd be actually an
Very
interesting
good
question
point.
to tell.
But, I friggin' loved how they poked fun at the fandom.
God.
Absolutely friggin' adored it.
Well-
Also, Twilight and them, even my lovely Rarity, are bitches for being like, yeah, we could give this out for free, but we're going to take it to bookstores so people can sell it.
Well, we were talking about that last night. It was like, why are they giving it to bookstores if they're free? Trixie, isn't that what we were talking about?
They're not free, though. People had to buy those.
I know.
Yeah, and like you were saying that they wouldn't take a book if it was free or something like
They
that.
wouldn't, like, okay, so if a bookstore if you give the bookstore a free book, because they do have to pay money to get these books on their shelves, they would not put a free book on display in front of their front door window.
Yeah.
Because they can't sell it. They want to be able to make money off of it. So they're not going to do that. I mean, obviously we're just bullshitting and nitpicking at something that doesn't need to be nitpicked at, but it's still funny. But no, I'm actually with Jthor on this. I absolutely love the episode. I thought it was hilarious.
I just remember watching it with Tibor and Jthor, and just as soon as they said, I just wish Rarity wasn't there.
He looked immediately over. I was twitching. I was angry.
I was an angry.
My immediate words were, Trixie, pause it.
And you called Clayton.
Yeah.
He did. We were in the middle of watching the anthology across the street at the Marriott when I get a call from Jthor. Boy, you were pissed.
Oh my
I hope
God.
those two ponies die in pony fire.
Don't worry,
Well,
Starlight dealt with them.
Starlight took care of him, so that's how good.
Clearly she didn't, because they came back towards the end and were like, yeah, did Rarity really learn her lessons? But I was happy with the Fluttershy one especially, because it really does point out that are you going to learn a lesson on the first try?
And I'm so happy because that's my defense for that. That's been my defense for such a long time. It's not just for Fluttershy, it's for other characters too, but mainly Fluttershy because I know she gets the most gripe for it. And I'm so happy that like they see that too. Is like
I don't know how to feel about that.
Don't do this to me!
Well, I learned from my mistakes. Why can't I be in the book?
I think this
Dude, Starlight was in attack dog mode.
It was awesome.
She needed to be.
Though, those points did say one thing that I have to agree with.
Don't!
Twilight was better.
Without wings! My name's J-Thor!
Actually,
You know that was
not my
amazing,
real name.
though. You stood up and almost walked out of the room.
Because of who wrote the episode. I didn't want any other writer. I wouldn't even want Amy Keaton Rogers to write this episode. My favorite writer in the whole damn show.
Twilight was better without wings.
It had to be Larson. It had to be.
Or
One
Pinkie
thing
Pie and Applejack related, or
That
what?
dude looked like he was about to die unless he got spoon-fed.
The only
those
thing
things.
that would have made me happier was, guys, did you know Moondance had a sister?
No, that's personal. That's an us thing.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
But, like, we haven't mentioned this yet, but that one pony with the friggin' mane malfunction.
Yeah.
What was
Oh
up with
yeah,
that?
the little filly in the beginning.
That looks like the worst OC I've ever seen. It was, I'm gonna sound horrible for saying this, but it wouldn't surprise me if that character was created by some sick kid and they got to voice the character. I don't think that's the case.
One of those make your wish.
Because I haven't heard any information about that.
Like angel wings.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly,
They would have said
there was
something.
a picture.
It's just-
I think they were from Gen 1.
Just the mane was all over the place.
I think those two were from Gen 1.
Yeah.
And then they were just redone.
Maybe, but like, I was just thinking, this is my OC. She is the daughter of Starlight Glimmer and of Twilight Sparkle and of Fluttershy.
Now you're angering me. Stop it.
No, like literally, that's the first thing I thought.
I was
just
thinking
a bad OC.
Like the daughter of like Pinkie Pie and Cheese Sandwich. Something like that, because she's very colorful and likes.
I do like the scenes of those kids constantly like fighting and arguing with each other. But yeah, the whole main thing was really throwing me off.
Yeah, but the citizens of Ponyville are jerks.
Yeah.
Especially that one mayor. She's like, oh, that Pinkie Pie, she's funnier in person. Pinkie Pie,
known me for years!
That's a good one.
Classic Pinkie.
Pie.
Good lord. It again,
God.
this episode hurt in all the right ways. It's like, yeah, we've seen those.
Like after 7 years in this ride, you have they have so much right to poke fun of us.
What? Oh, shut up. Not you, Tibor, you're fine.
Oh yeah.
No.
no, Tibor, you're not fine.
No, it's just...
That's the episode I'm looking forward to.
I'm surprised.
He's going through
I'm just
Question
surprised they
Dating
didn't
right
do.
now.
I'm just
Okay,
surprised
fine,
they didn't do
whatever.
it sooner.
Hang on.
It was,
Honestly.
as I was trying to say.
But
Next week's episode is the one I'm really looking forward to.
Campfire Tales?
Yeah, that's the one I've been waiting for. That's what I thought was this week's episode.
yeah,
That's why I was pleasantly surprised at how good this episode was.
yeah.
So,
But
real quick, let me look up a certain definition that is going to
Okay.
help. Because I don't think poking fun is the right...
no, there's I feel like there's
Oh.
another phrase that better suits this situation.
There is, and I'm looking it up right now.
But I think
But
Rarity, I think took the spotlight from me personally for this because of
Real quick,
yes, friend that still likes me.
hold on. The phrase I was looking for is tongue-in-cheek. The tongue-in-cheek figure of speech is used to imply that a statement or other production is humorously or otherwise not seriously intended and should not be taken at face value.
Like episode 100, Slice of Life.
yeah, I don't take that for that was tongue in cheek.
A lot of people, well, I'll save that for our topic.
Because it's very appropriate.
Yeah,
Once again, JWhoof came up with it.
but
Yeah, look at these guns. Yeah, look at them. I can't see them either, so don't feel too intimidated.
what like pistols?
More like water guns.
So,
There, Wendy.
there's your South Park.
tennis.
Alright. But no, they covered a lot of ground with like the kind of people that we know with this. Some not as annoying, and some.
But also, they gave us one of the best fucking reaction faces of all time.
Yes.
Rarity. Where
she.
she turns around and has that crooked, evil smile.
Oh, what's gonna be our?
I was just like,
thumbnail.
Yeah, what's gonna be our thumbnail?
I was really like,
I'm stress sewing.
and then
When they're back at the castle, and then Rainbow was like, "What are you wearing?"
I did
My
like
emotions.
I did like seeing Fluttershy getting pissed off
Stress couture.
that Rarity was taking measurements.
Sorry, darling. Force of habit.
I love
Stress
Apple.
couture.
I love Applejack. Twilight, I'm popular, real popular.
And I don't like it. You got such a cute
It's
little
like, why don't
Texan
you
accent.
just kick them out and kick out my family?
So no,
Those
let's
smiles on those 2 points was demonic.
now hold on. Let's go down the list of the unfortunately the stereotypes that they kind of had tongue in cheek at with.
I was surprised at one thing they didn't mention in this.
Shoot.
Because they're talking about the friendship lessons and all that. The Mysterious Ne'er-do-well one.
What about it?
That's one of the most hated episodes in the entire fandom. I'm surprised they didn't poke fun at that one
True.
with Rainbow Dash.
Good point, actually.
They
didn't poke it much.
I'm really surprised.
They didn't poke at Rainbow. Come to think of it, they didn't really poke all that much at Rainbow Dash. And Rainbow Dash, like all my personal bias aside, in this show, is one of the most beloved and one of the most hated characters in this whole show.
Latter for me, but
You know what I mean?
I know. Just saying, you're the beloved, I'm the latter one.
No, you're not.
Dude, she's very much a bitch in a lot of episodes, and I do hate her in a lot of episodes.
You've told me on many occasions how you enjoy Rainbow Dash.
I do enjoy Rainbow Dash in a lot of episodes, but there's also a lot that she's my least favorite character in them. Especially Mysterious Ne'er-do-well.
She's a very polarizing character for most people.
I suppose. Again, I see where she's coming from and a lot of that stuff, so it doesn't bother me as much. But again, I've been a Rainbow Dash fan for years, and I get all kinds of flack. A Pony the Interruption panel does not go by without someone trying to shit talk Rainbow Dash.
Yeah.
And what's funny is 9 times out of 10 they turn out to be a big Fluttershy fan.
That's very ironic.
It's no, it's not ironic. It's actually fitting. It's very fitting. It's like, oh, so obviously I'm joking here, but the
introvert is making fun of the extrovert.
for being not introvert. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That's really
it's a
funny,
losing
actually.
it's a losing battle, and it happens all the damn time.
Oh yeah, I understand.
But-
Like I said, at least one question in Pony the Interruption is bitching about Rainbow Dash.
It's we always get something to shit talk Rainbow Dash.
I would change that out with why does dude there and do suck so much.
But that's
The
already
very
been done.
First question.
You wouldn't no, J-Thor,
Has
you
he
would,
answered your question?
No, he never answered my question.
that's why. Pretty bad, huh?
Sorry, I speak music. Has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much.
Did you retweet that? Cause
Yeah.
okay, thank you. No, I'm sorry. He had something on there that was mesmerizing.
Cool.
Look at that cat.
Oh God.
Look at that cat.
Anyways, so they got the people who don't really try to, get the stuff. I suppose like the collector's items at cons and stuff like that. They don't really treasure them. They just keep them in condition so they want to sell them.
Avery.
Have we ever thrown somebody under the bus that fast on here? Let's be honest for a second, because damn.
Wow, that
You
was
went straight for
lightning
that.
Am I wrong though?
No, not at all. But damn, dude. The whole Tibor, do you know what we're referring to with Avery? How he placed top 8 in the what was it? In the whole it wasn't in the region. It was much higher than that. But he basically got this gorgeous Nightmare Moon playmat as a part of like showing, hey, he accomplished something legitimately special. And he's already if I had that, dude, I'd get that shit framed. And he's like, I'm gonna sell it.
Did he?
Yes.
How much did he get?
I don't know. I didn't ask because I didn't care. I was like, I was so disappointed in him. I didn't care to know how much he got.
Damn.
Look, I'm a very nostalgic, reminiscent person, so I hold on to my memorabilia. I don't sell it.
Mm-hmm.
But who else do they have? Oh, the ones that constantly bitching about rarity.
Oh my god.
See, I personally...
the anti-rarity people with the signs.
Oh, the signs and balloons.
That was amazing.
I'll find that balloon.
Have you had experiences with that in, like, real life?
Yeah.
Explain, because I don't get... With rarity, I don't get that as much. I mean...
You're also not a massive rarity fan. You haven't really posted that out there on the internet.
Well, give me an example.
Oh, I've had several people at other conventions tell me that my waifu is shit. And that she's just a bitch who uses other people. Like, okay, what episode did that happen in? And they always bring up the earlier Spike episodes, how she would use him.
Uh-huh.
I was like, okay. She's using her natural abilities, thus being a beautiful young woman. And a lot of feminists would see good things in that. I see nothing wrong with it. Spike has eventually learned not to be so lovey-dovey towards rarity. How many times have you seen that Spike t-shirt with rarity and the little heart? Since season 1.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people telling me my waifu is shit.
Hmm.
And I just shrug them off.
Well, I mean, Rainbow Dash fans do the same thing. And she's arrogant, she's cocky, and she's an asshole for it. Which, that's why I loved the line that they had in the song, Flawless, about that. It was, well, I'm obviously paraphrasing, but it was like, they say I've got an ego as big as a whale, but they say it makes me cocky, but it gives me the courage to fail.
Yeah, I can't agree with that one on Mysterious Mary Dewell, though. But that's kind of like a special Twilight Zone episode.
See, I don't...
Now, for that one, I feel that's truly a one-shot episode.
I don't hate that episode like a lot of other people.
I don't hate it either, but she was truly a bitch for all the wrong reasons.
But you know, there were a lot of people in this fandom who despise that. Like,
oh, yeah, I know.
What's strange is, like, there's a lot of, like, the most common episodes to hate are always ones that leave me kind of like, why that one? Mysterious Mare-de-Well, Putting Your Hoof Down, Boastbusters. Yes,
Really?
Boastbusters is a very hated episode in a lot of circles.
That's the first I've heard of that.
Nowhere near as much as Putting Your Hoof Down or
I love Putting Your Hoof Down.
Yeah, that
At
was...
least if it's the episode I think it is.
Iron Will.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Like, Mysterious Mary-Dewell, I completely understand. Like, Meriwether Williams did not know the characters at all for that.
What else?
I will agree with them on that one. That
Rainbow
one deserves
Falls.
to be hated.
Rainbow Falls is another one that is hated.
Which one was that again?
The one where they go Rainbow Falls. I had to. It's where Dash is.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Thank you. It's the one where they're competing for the Equestria Games qualifiers.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I love that episode.
It was a good episode.
Soren got was coming to him.
Huh?
I love you, Matt.
I just don't get it.
But again, Mysterious Mary-Dewell, I completely understand everyone's hatred for that one.
Do you yourself hate it?
I don't hate that one nearly as much as Spike at Your Service, but
Isn't that also Meriwether Williams?
Might have been. I don't remember. She stopped writing a long time ago on the show. Because all of her episodes were universally hated.
I think most of them were.
I don't... She might have written one that everyone liked, but I can't remember which one.
She did it.
I'm doing it too.
She did an episode that I personally thought was pretty mad. Bats.
Yeah, I absolutely love that episode. A lot of people hated that one because they were forcing Fluttershy.
I don't dislike it, but I was met on it for different reasons.
Hey, that song was amazing.
Oh no, the song is spectacular. I'm just talking about the rest of the episode was just kind of eh. But so trying to bring this back to Fame and Misfortune. I like the callbacks to a lot of past episodes. Especially like the word for word lessons like friendship's never easy, but it's always worth fighting for. That's straight from Return of Harmony. I also like let me think. What was it? Sorry, I'm kind of blanking here. I'm also kind of tired.
You monster.
Thank you. Okay, so no, I wanted to kind of go back to that list of. So we've got those that collect merch but don't put any kind of sentimental value to it.
Yeah.
We've got the ones that obsess over a specific character, and anyone who doesn't love, who isn't a part of hashtag team insert character here has bad taste.
Just real quick, I wasn't aware that Larson was credited for the story for Rarity Investigates.
Really?
Yeah. I knew I loved that episode. Anyways, continue.
What? Well, I need your help with this too. What was one? Oh, you have the guy who is like, why can't I write for the show? Like,
anyways, what Meriwether Williams wrote was Mysterious Ne'er-do-well, Hearthwarming Eve, Putting Your Hoof Down, Dragon Quest, Wonderbolts Academy, Spike at Your Service, and Bats.
Damn.
I can't hate her for Wonderbolt Academy.
True.
I cannot hate on that. That one was phenomenal.
Or Dragon Quest.
That was one of my least favorites of season 2, but whatever. No, Wonderbolt Academy was phenomenal. But I'm trying to take the focus away from Meriwether. So let me think. With did you see any others? So the you joke about with the people who still like pre-Princess Twilight before what we've got now. The whole Twilight was better before she got wings.
Yeah.
Which I mean, there's people like that, and if they feel like if they like that, fine.
And also, they were saying Twilight's character was better before she left.
Yeah.
Ponyville and all that. I was like,
that
what the hell are you talking about? There was no character there.
I'll say the show just started.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. What?
What?
Oh, they were saying something.
I was looking at my babe.
Right. Let me think. It's amazing. We were really looking forward to getting to this episode, but I think we're kind of blanking right now.
Well, you're blanking. I wasn't paying attention to that stuff. I was supposed to pay attention to how they're reacting to it, because I think the way the ponies reacted was very natural if they were real characters.
I was like, how can you guys say this about it? I think Twilight said it actually. It was like,
we're real ponies.
Yeah, my character? We're real. This is a record of things that actually happened to us. And that's something that this episode does that I really, really like is, I think one of those little hidden messages in it is, we're not striving, like, the writer's trying to tell the people
organic stories.
We're not trying to be perfect.
Yeah.
We're not trying to create a perfect episode because, again, I'm of the belief of chasing perfection will lead you to failure. There's no such thing as perfect.
Yeah.
So, and again, writing is a form of art. So and with art, there's no right or wrong way to do it. Because what could work for you may not work for somebody else. So the people who say...
Vice versa.
Huh?
Vice versa.
Well, yeah. So the people say the way they handled this in this episode is wrong, and
analysts.
Let's not start that. But
no, that's what they're poking fun at too. Was the analysts?
Think so?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
I know for sure.
Yes. No, I'm not challenging. I just want to hear. Go ahead.
Yeah, like the fact that they're like, well, Twilight's character was better this way. Well, that's what the analysts constantly say about different characters.
They constantly critique each pony's characters whenever a new episode comes along. And
they'll specifically say, well, Twilight wouldn't have done this in this episode. She's grown.
The ones that the people that demand insert character here must be in character and on their best behavior 24/7.
Yeah, that's one thing that Hybrid Theory, the show we're working on. There's an episode about that.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have characters we follow. We're just people. We're that way on a certain day and a certain way another day.
Well, I mean, that's how, a very close friend of mine said that one time when we were talking about the whole constantly in character argument. He responded with, if these characters were quote unquote in character 24/7 for every episode, do you know how boring and stale that would be?
Yeah.
What makes people interesting is
taking Saved by the Bell.
Huh?
Saved by the Bell and those old shows like that. They always had a character to follow. They never differentiated from that character.
True.
I never saw that show.
You're not missing much.
I know of it. The song was very, very, very good. Love the lyrics in it. Extremely well done.
There was one line that I really thought captured the whole message of the show.
From the song or
From the song, actually. It's like we're not flawless. We're works in progress.
yeah,
Which
the chorus.
I concur.
yeah, I thought.
Though could use more rarity. Too much water. 7.9 out of 10.
You're gonna have to explain the too much water to me.
IGN, it was their Diamond, Alpha, Ruby, and Omega Sapphire.
Omega Ruby.
Sure, that one. Literally, this one British chick did the review for it, and one of the negative points was too much water.
What?
7.8 out of 10.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
That's why you'll hear me say too much water. You'll even see that in the Pokemon Sun and Moon whenever you take pictures in that, because they have a Pokemon Snap-esque game to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'll literally see some comments come up from in-game that'll say too much water.
That's awesome. Kind of like the whole urinating tree pecorino is just too good.
Yes.
I love that channel so much.
But yeah,
So
all in all, great episode.
I just thought it was like there was never once any time when I felt like I was being attacked.
Well, we still gotta give our ratings and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I give it double S for stylish.
Not
Double
triple
S.
I'm not joking. I'm gonna be using the Devil May Cry rating scale.
God damn it.
Someone has to keep Dante alive because Ninja Theory sure as hell didn't.
I'd give this one 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of my MVP.
But MVP was Rarity.
Rarity.
My rarity.
Best freak out scene and just some of the funniest lines.
I do love
What are
the.
you wearing? My emotions.
I did
Stress
that.
couture.
No, I still from rarity. I love. Yes, Pony, who still likes me, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she just has the best lines.
I'm gonna give mine to Starlight.
Okay.
She was the one who like made.
You know, like, play this anymore.
She made the copies of the books and then like started defending her friends, like literally picking someone. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
I would
I was
laugh
like, oh
if
my
she would have
God.
been sitting in the background eating the popcorn like, this is what you get for ruining my life, bitches.
Well, no, I think Starlight handled it extremely well. I'm gonna give my MVP to Twilight, honestly, because Twilight was the one who finally came out and said, "Guys, knock this shit off," and I felt like that was I felt like she was a very appropriate one to do this with.
Yeah, she's the one that decided to start selling it.
Well-
She's the one that caused all this.
Well, she didn't mean for it to turn out like that.
Hey, path to hell is usually paved with good intentions.
Even so.
Still, she didn't have to go out and sell it. She could have paid like some little ponies because she's got more than enough money from the equestrian bank.
Couldn't
Twilight-
she get
and
an
just
editor?
Hold on. Twilight didn't want it to be marketed, though. She didn't want that.
Huh?
Twilight didn't want for it to be marketed. She even says
I
that.
understand that. Then don't give it to bookstores to sell.
Mhm.
What I'm saying is literally hand it off to some colts or some fillies and be like, and handing it out. Just like Princess Twilight told us to hand these out so people have a good reference to go off of whenever they have a friendship problem.
Right.
Could have been as simple as that, but no, she needed more money.
Would that have
She's
been...
the true evil of this season.
Whatever.
Just you watch season finale. It's gonna be her, villain, Dark
Uh-huh.
Twilight.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I called it here.
So full of
Just
shit.
you watch what happens.
Would have been a boring episode like that, though. They just handed it out.
Still, she didn't have to sell it. And that whole marketing stuff, bullshit.
That's what she said.
I know. Then don't sell it. Hand it out.
They
Same
didn't-
shit would have happened if she would have handed it out.
Well, they don't really ever talk about Twilight herself making money off the book, or any of the main six. If anyone's
Because it's implied.
Is it, though?
Yeah? You just said it yourself. Gave out the books. They're not going to put it on their front shelf for people to see because they can't make any money off of it.
Well, the bookstores are going to... Never mind, whatever. Let me think. Oh, wait a minute. There actually was one we missed. Well, kind of. What were they called? The diehard fans of Applejack.
Oh, the ones that take advantage of.
The ones that love the background. Got it.
Well, no, like, really, like,
By the way, I have to say, those are probably the shittiest of all the ponies that were responsible for all this stuff because they took advantage of Applejack.
Oh,
and
yeah.
them.
They ate all of their food and drank all of their cider.
Yeah, because friends are like family. They are the worst of the worst. There's
Yeah.
a special place in pony hell for them.
Trixie, what were we talking about with that? The fan who who says such a huge fan, love what they do and everything. And obviously it was
They
a
get
very
the one shout out on Twitter and think they're instantly friends. Is that where you're going with this?
Not necessarily. Like,
Okay.
basically, it's like you're talking to this guy, this pony famous guy, whatever.
pony famous.
And they're just like, they're like, all right, man, well, you know what, thanks for everything. I got to get going. I'm going to go meet up with some friends. And they would be like, oh, where you going? Can I?
Basically trying to shoehorn themselves like, I'm coming with you.
They're not asking, can I go with you? They're like, I'm going with you.
It's like, all right, I'm going to go back. Okay. I got to head back to my room because I got to get... Oh, cool. Which room? What room number?
Oh, you mean kind of like Tibbs with Tyrannog. So you're like, oh, where are you guys going to eat? Because I'm hungry too.
I'm
I was just like, Tibbs, you son of a bitch. Major props, but you son of a bitch.
I was hungry.
That seems like one of those situations where his stomach was absolutely overshadowing the intentions of the brain.
Yeah.
And the heart.
At that point, yes.
Oh my god.
But again, if you don't want your friendship lessons to go out of hand, don't sell them to a bookstore. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Still love the episode though.
MVP
Twilight.
and rating.
8 out of 10.
You just gotta copy them every chance you get.
8.1 out of 10.
You can only do them point
I know.
fives.
Still doing 8 out of 10.
Can't believe that. No. I at least do something original.
Good for you.
Tibbs, did you give a rating?
No.
MVP is rarity, of course, and then my rating
Manila.
is 8 out of 10.
God, you, Trixie, they just want to copy you.
No, this
I
is.
mean, well, you don't have a number, so it's not like they can copy you. Dang.
That's what you get. Hey, I chose some unique. I might have stolen it from a Japanese guy, but whatever.
So, you know how I wanted to do that thing where we sum up our thoughts of an episode in 7 words or less?
I mean,
Okay,
you wanted to.
I can do it.
You-
Rarity is best pony.
The one I did for it was, great, but this episode shouldn't. It was,
This episode didn't need to
this
exist.
this episode shouldn't have to exist. Because, again, it kind of ties into the whole, people are bitching about it because they think that, you're just trying to make fun of us bitching. Well, it also ties into the whole, don't give us a reason. Like, you say we're bitching, but don't give us a reason to bitch about stuff. You know what I mean?
What a perfect segue into the topic.
Right?
I would have been shocked they didn't do this sooner.
Why'd you have to run it, Tibbs?
Do you know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah, I understand exactly what you mean.
It's like, I'm glad we've got this episode, but it should not have to have come to this point.
Yeah, I don't understand how people took this episode as an attack. I really don't. It was tongue-in-cheek.
Extremely. And if you got offended and you felt like you were being attacked, then you're probably in the group that they were,
Poking fun at.
Yeah, someone said on Twitter that if you got really offended by this episode, then
you're probably the cause.
You should probably look yourself in the mirror
Yeah.
and ask why.
Didn't DWK say something about that?
A much more vulgar version, yes.
Oh yeah, well DWK said something different, but said in the same style.
Yeah, same thing, same message, but
Worded different.
More NSFW. So, topic.
Yeah, but, I'm only going to call him Feather, but a friend of mine called Feather was very much against this episode. I was just like, why? He's not in any of those groups, but yet he still felt attacked.
that's weird. Yeah,
Of all people, yeah,
he's
no.
not-
Yeah, that was so
he's not
left
an
field.
analyst. He's not anything like that.
He's not, I could
No.
write for the show.
No.
Interesting.
Weird.
Yeah, I just don't understand how you can feel that's an attack. It's not an attack unless they're directly calling you out, let's say via Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
Like how the whole Gamergate thing went.
Yeah.
Developers specifically went out to gamers, called them out. That was an attack. This is not. This is tongue-in-cheek. They're simply getting off their chest what they have to deal with on an almost daily basis for the last several years.
And I think they handled it in an extremely good and professional way.
Yeah.
It's not like they made an episode where the characters come straight out like, man, fuck you guys or anything like that.
Yeah, like, sure, those Rarity haters got their words and I was ticked, but I laughed.
Oh, yeah. It was really funny.
Which, I mean, if you're going to get super offended over that, then that ties into our topic of taking it too seriously.
We gotta save that one for later, bro.
That's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
I thought... Pause it real quick.
So, yes, that's our topic right now. We've been talking about this one for a while, actually. But,
Like, people just take things way too seriously.
mm-hmm. And, do you want to talk about that in a pony sense or just in general?
We can really do both, because... Like, one topic, this is an old pony topic, but I think it was Andrea Libman.
Mm-hmm.
It was during a San Diego Comic-Con thing, like back... Whenever Season 2 was airing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or no, it was right before it was airing.
Mm-hmm.
Because Season 2 didn't start until late September.
Okay.
But she was talking about how she really loved recording the episode where Fluttershy turned into a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
She got confused with where they dealt with the dragon.
Oh.
And people took that really seriously, and a lot of them got really butthurt when it didn't happen. Don't always take what people say seriously, especially voice actors, because they record a lot of this shit.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't get to see the final product till we get to see it. So they don't necessarily know what's happening. They're literally there to read the liney lines.
The worry words.
Yeah, the wordy words.
I think I remember hearing about that actually, yeah.
Yeah, you can still find the post on Question Daily. It's from a long time ago, like 6 years now, I think.
Sheesh. Mm-hmm.
Stop playing your guitar.
It's a bass guitar.
But it's mostly with this episode, because we're trying to think of other episodes where people just took it way too seriously.
Well, I mean...
Actually, no. Bats. That's another one that people took too seriously. With the whole Stop the Bats chorus for the song.
They were ganging up on Fluttershy and stuff.
Yeah, like... I don't feel bad about naming this person, because they're not in the fandom anymore at all. Bald Dumbo Rat.
Don't know who that
She
is.
used to be the official, not the unofficial voice for Derpy.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
like back in the day, did the Doctor Who's Discorded Tumblr that was incredibly violent.
Oh god, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like I don't think the Tumblr's still up, but you can probably still find posts of it on Derpy Brew.
Mm-hmm.
But she's trans and all that stuff, and that really has nothing to do with it. But that has to do with the Doctor Who stuff. But I still remember her not tweeting, but doing on Tumblr about how this episode is horrible, how it encourages young children to force others to do what they want. I'm just like, what the hell are you talking about?
Where did they get that from?
I think it's interesting how a lot of these seem to involve Fluttershy. Remember Traja? When people threw a giant hissy fit? Rainbow Dash sold Fluttershy into slavery!
Wait, what? I never heard about this.
Oh, people got pissed about that. They were so butthurt and just... They took it directly at face value. To the point where it made no sense. The scene where Dash gets her Daring Do book.
Yeah, I know the scene you're talking about.
Some people interpreted that as Dash was basically sending Fluttershy off to go be a slave to training the Orthros. Because she's not going to get to do it.
Really?
Supposedly, yeah.
Wow.
Again, it's the whole... A lot of things in this show you can't take at face value. There's a lot of things in
No.
general you can't take at face value.
Not at all.
But
And
no.
also, Twilight getting her wings. People took that too seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Project Clip her wings.
Oh man, so that's the route this is going towards. Yep.
Like, it's not just the things that people take as quote-unquote attacks. It's other stuff in the show as well.
Well, it's people, like, that don't. It all really comes down. Well, not always, but a lot of these come down to them not liking change of any sort.
Well, here's another one. This is a blast from the past as well, from last roundup. I'm surprised I remember that time. With Yamino and the whole derpy thing.
Yep.
Did that Amy Keene Rogers write that episode?
Which one?
The last roundup? I believe so.
I can check.
Because Yamino took that as an attack against autistic people.
Yeah.
Because they're portraying derpy as, and I'm sorry to use this term, but a retard. Those are Yamino's exact words.
Mm-hmm. And see, when I first saw that episode, because, that episode had already aired before I joined the fandom and whatnot, but I had heard the original version, with Tabitha's, I just don't know what went wrong with the idea of, oh, wow, what a retard, was not anywhere near my mind. The first time I heard that, my words was, that's so fucking adorable.
Yeah. And it's just insane. Like, I'm lucky to still have Last Roundup original iTunes version on my old PC.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's shit like that that's just uncalled for. That was a gift to the fans.
Mm-hmm.
They even called her derpy in that.
They did. God, you're right. Yes.
Yeah, it's because that whole fiasco. Huh?
It was the only time she was referred to as derpy.
Yeah, it's because that whole fiasco, they had to change her name to Muffins.
Hell, even in the merchandise, her name is depicted as just a
I
picture
heart.
of a muffin.
I heart. Muffin, yeah.
Like, it's just insane how people take this children's show so seriously.
I mean, a lot of people take a lot of things extremely seriously, but, like, for example, just to use a quick non-pony example, back in 2011, whenever Vancouver lost Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals to Boston, and they rioted in Vancouver and nearly leveled the city.
Yeah.
Look, Game 6 of the 2011 World Series is still one of the worst nights of my life, and it was absolutely heartbreaking, and I'm still not over it. But I'm not going to go tear down Arlington because of it.
I think we played against the Bruins, did they?
Who, the Canucks?
Yeah.
Yes. But against Boston Bruins, lost Game 7 4-0 in Vancouver. They didn't like that.
Yeah, but
Clearly. They let us know that they didn't like it. Fun fact, that game was on my birthday.
Hey.
So as I'm having my birthday, there's riots in Vancouver. Lovely.
like, yay, they're celebrating my birth.
To bring it back to ponies. God, how many of there was Clipper Wings. There were
Yamino's bullshit, Bald Dumbo Rat's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
The people that absolutely hated Meriwether Williams, not because of the writing of her episodes. Like, believe it or not, she's not most hated for Mysterious Ne'er-do-Well. Do you know why people hate her the most? She wrote for a bunch of episodes for Johnny Test.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's like
That's right.
She also wrote for a bunch of episodes for New SpongeBob as well.
yeah, okay. No, that's actually a very good point. It's like, okay, so she writes on shows that you don't like, and that's fine. But to garner genuine hatred for somebody because of that is a little too far. It's like, if you don't like it, just don't watch it.
Exactly, and judge the writer by the merit of their content for the show they're on that you're watching. Like, again, I think, wow, Serious Ne'er-do-Well. I truly think that was a crappy episode, and that was not, to me, that is like a one-off episode because that's not Rainbow Dash. Really isn't.
No.
So when you go back and watch it, Rainbow Dash, you know and love, would not try to become a hero just for people praising her.
No, the kind of Rainbow Dash that we know.
Because if that was her character, she would have done that to be a part of the Wonderbolts because she wanted the praise, not to be a Wonderbolt.
Yeah, she just wants to be on the team. Which, no, that's a very, very good point. And I mean, yeah, it's just, okay, so Rainbow Dash runs with the whole, yeah, I'm awesome thing.
And not only that, that's not even the reason why people hate the episode. It's because of Twilight and everyone else, how they get back at her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
And no offense, I felt that was the most appropriate way to do it.
Well, again, like, a lot of times I come under fire from friends of mine because of I come under fire from some friends of mine sometimes because they say that, like, you know, the solution to deal with this or that is ridiculous and stupid. And I used it earlier in this episode of, well, yeah, but again, it is a cartoon, and if they didn't do that, we would have a rather boring episode. And I think
That was aimed directly at me, wasn't it?
What?
Some friends of yours come under fire.
No, not you.
Oh wow.
No, it was not you. I remember. Oh my goodness. Here's another good. I am absolutely not going to name drop, but a friend of mine, probably I mean, I never got an exact answer from them, but an episode that probably they, like, at least in recent history, that they hated, and I mean hated with a burning passion.
This is from a few years ago, wasn't it?
Not a few years ago. It was from last year.
Oh.
No Second Prances. They despise that episode.
Which episode was that again?
The Trixie one.
Trixie comes back.
Yeah.
They hated it because Trixie attempts suicide. And that, quote-unquote, shook my belief in the writers of the show.
She didn't attempt
I know.
suicide,
Because it all comes down... Because, again, when you take it seriously, you forget that it comes down to how you interpret and see this stuff. There's no right or wrong
And
way.
I completely forgot about that because a lot of people also said that, oh, this tells kids it's okay to commit suicide. No, it doesn't.
Where the fuck are you getting that from?
Get off your fucking high horse.
Oh, I like that fun.
We've made it 100 times.
But
yeah.
like, I'm not even doing that to be funny right now. That kind of stuff
Yeah.
just pisses me off.
Honestly,
like,
those
don't
are
take
the
your interpretation of the show and shove it on everyone else.
That's the kind of people who should never have children.
You know what? This ties in perfectly to my favorite South Park episode of all time.
Oh, you never
The
told me.
Tale of Scroy McBoogerballs.
Holy hell,
Yes.
yes.
Oh god.
That was a good episode.
And I know exactly where you're going with this, so you have the
Yes.
floor. Do it.
For those that haven't
Do it.
seen this amazing episode, it's about Stanley and the guys writing this horrible, horrible book after having to read Catcher in the Rye.
And they wrote it for the sole purpose of trying to gross you out.
And they hide it in, I think it was it Carton? No, it wasn't Carton.
Butters.
Stan.
Oh,
They
no, you're right.
blamed
It
it
was
on Stan.
Stan's
They blamed it on
dresser.
Butters because that's all Butters is good for to them. And Butters becomes this amazing author because people are interpreting this book in ways that it was never meant to be interpreted as.
And I mean,
Yeah.
the book, like, they read parts of the book out loud throughout the episode. And one of the jokes that runs with it is every time somebody reads the book, the paragraphs in it are so disgusting and so vulgar, they outright vomit everywhere because it's so gross.
They even make a game show. In
Yeah,
the
how long can you listen to
episode.
to Taylor Scrody McBoogerballs and not vomit? But no, it's I know where you're going with this, and I absolutely agree, and I love it.
And-
That's all it is.
And also, when Butters wrote that second book, The Pope That Took a Pee, and even then they were like, "Oh, this one's more tamer than this one." He's very
No, it's not even-
grown as a writer.
Not even that. Like they're like, "But what's the matter, liberal? Didn't like what the book had to say about it." Yeah, remember that? Had
Yeah.
nothing to do with that shit. Had nothing to do with it. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? This book's about as pro-life as it gets.
Exactly, like that's why I feel South Park truly is still so relevant
They get
because they have that kind of shit.
exactly. Like I'll admit, I'm not the biggest fan of the new stuff they do, but they still get it. They get how people think.
Yeah, and we still haven't got a Brony episode for that, which I'm still sad about. One
Someday.
day.
Someday.
But I feel that episode perfectly encapsulates what we're trying to say with
Stop
this.
looking into things that aren't there.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you can interpret something and look at it in a different way. Okay, because we talked about this last week. What Luck's, like, the little Luck attribution to the
Yeah.
perfect pair about how we're only seeing them in memory, so are we only seeing the way they wanted to be remembered? Personally, I like that.
Yeah,
I
I
think
do
that's
too.
a really cool touch.
The thing is, don't force that on other people.
Yeah.
Like, Luck's good about that. He brought that up to you and you shared it with us.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to go out to people and be like, so, do you agree with this or not?
Well, it
And
just
shove it in their face.
Well, it just seems like for a lot of people in the fandom, there's a certain quota that you have to meet to be accepted in the eyes of everybody else. Like, you have to love this episode, you have to hate this episode, you have to hate this writer. And it's like just stuff like that. And it's like there's people in this fandom that if they got to know me, and I am of the mind, there is not, and again, I'm on record saying this, there is not a single episode in this show that I dislike or hate. There are some that I'm meh or average or whatever on, but I have found enjoyment to some extent with every single episode that this show has put out. And there are some people out there who would be disgusted with that. It's like, how? You get... I won't name who it is, but I remember one time they attacked me quote unquote. They attacked me one time and was like, you give this show way, way too much credit. And just because I was like, I enjoy this episode. And I was talking about, basically, I get shit because I try and defend it.
Yeah.
I get shit for trying to defend it, yet, here's a good one. Tying it into another show that is like, you have to regard this as an amazing...
Avatar?
No.
Oh.
I can't say because I haven't seen Avatar.
Trixie's seeing it.
Steven Universe. And I know we've talked about this
Now,
before.
here's the thing with Steven Universe. I have seen that show.
Mm-hmm.
I saw up to what I thought was... It had a very good fight scene at the end of season 2, I think it was.
Did it?
Yeah, with Garnet and Jasper. That was an amazing fight scene. The song that was playing during it, I absolutely loved it.
Stronger Than You?
Yeah.
I didn't care for it.
See, and that you can do that. You're right.
No, J-Thor, you're supposed to blast and attack me. How can you not think that's a revolutionary
Here's
song?
the thing. I have not watched past when Steven actually gets sent off to space with these other Garnets.
Mm-hmm.
Not Garnets, Rubies. And where he's in this bubble. And that was actually a very fascinating episode because it kind of shows being trapped in this void and what happens to people. Like, it was interesting for that, but I haven't watched past that. I don't care to.
Look, I know we've...
I appreciate anyone that loves what they love.
Mm-hmm.
But so far from what I've seen, the rest of that show is not for me.
Well, exactly, and I mean, I will always, and I agree with that. I will always respect passion. If it's something you truly, honestly love, even if it's something I can't stand, I will always find respect in that. And I know I'm 90% sure I've mentioned this on Stable before talking about Steven Universe and whatnot, but I respect the fact that I know it has impacted people in the same way that Ponies has impacted me, and I think that's wonderful. I think it's great that it can do that. But from what I have seen of Steven Universe, I just don't care for it. And whenever I'm immediately...
And the fandom doesn't help either.
The fandom's bonkers, but that's another topic. But it's like, I've had people immediately cut me off like, and some people that you're friends with too. They're like, what? How can you not like it?
I know.
It's amazing. It's the best thing. And I'll be honest. I'll tell them, it's like, I respect the fact that you like it, but you know what? It bores the shit out of me. It's
like, I honestly apologize to Cam for making him watch up to that point where, with Garnet and Jasper.
Mm.
You can ask Tibbs. He was there.
Yep.
I apologize to Cam. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I think he didn't like it either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just don't care for it. Like, I'm not a fan of the animation. I like what they do with the background music. It's very cute and it's very innovative. I like that. And I do like how each character has their kind of affiliation with certain instruments. And I like that. Kind of like how Pearl is a big, a grandeur grand piano. What is it? Amethyst is electronic drums. I like that. That's cool. I really like how they do that. But it's just, I don't care for the animation. I find it so boring. I don't know what... Actually, I do know. Even that fight scene I thought was boring. I didn't care for the song. I thought the song was very underwhelming. And it's like, my personal favorite... Well, no, not my personal favorite, but another one is like, people like, but Steven is so pure. He's like he's like the physical embodiment of childlike innocence. So it was like, okay, so he's annoying. Got it, good. And they get
That's
him...
exactly what Cam says, because he says, when I was that age with me and my brothers, we weren't like that. We were cussing, we were fighting.
Exactly,
all
that's
kinds
such
of
a
stuff.
blanket statement. To say that all kids that age do that, I just don't get it. I don't agree with it at all. And if that's what you interpret out of it, okay, fine. It's your right to do so, but it's also
Just
my
like
right to
with
disagree
the new
with you.
DuckTales show, which I showed you the first half of the first episode, I posted on Twitter last night that I absolutely loved it and brought me back to my childhood. It wouldn't be surprising when people said, how could that bring you back to your childhood? None of the original cast are in it. I'm like, so?
They don't need... You've got David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck!
I still think the original voice actor for Scrooge is vastly superior, but
And that's
David
fine.
Tennant does an amazing job.
But see, if I was in that
Now
crowd...
that he gets to be Scottish again, he's originally from Scotland.
Yeah.
He's very Scottish.
Mm-hmm.
But... No, and that's the going back to the whole Steven thing. The main thing I was that gets me with it is when they say, yeah, the first like 35 episodes are super slow and boring. Yeah, I get that, but once you get past that, it's amazing.
Personally, for me, it's the first 20, but I will give Steven Universe this. It has some of the most eye-opening things in it, like,
and
it'll punch you right in the fucking gut.
And I'm sure it does, and I respect that, but it's just not for me. And apparently, I can't have that opinion. Much like how I can't have the opinion that Rainbow Falls is not a bad episode.
I never thought it was a bad episode.
Either.
A lot of like fanfic writers and just people that people that just I hate to say it, but they kind of follow those trends of you have to like this episode, you have to like this character, you have to think Luna is best princess, you have to hate this episode, etc., etc. They fall into those stereotypes. You have to hate Starlight Glimmer.
They would hate me for one of my favorite songs being Perfect Stallion.
I mean, it's
I'm probably one of the few in the fan that's like, oh yeah, I fucking love this song.
It intrigues me compared to some of the other amazing songs that we've had, but okay, I like that song. I wouldn't say it cracks in my top 25, but I still,
Well, it's in my top 10.
I know it is, and that's fine. It's just, I'm just like, I don't know why you like it so much.
You don't like This Day Aria?
I'm
You're
just
not a true brony.
Thank you.
God.
You don't think season 2 is the best season ever, and nothing will ever come close to beating it?
Why were you looking at me when you said that?
You're part of the
Hey, I've honestly said that season 2 is still up there in my top 3, but season 7's up there too.
Season
so
5.
Season 6.
Season 5 is still my favorite, and season 6 gets way too much shit.
I fucking love season 6.
Season 6 was so much fun. But, yeah, so...
So how dare you not like the final fight with Tyrek?
Who said that? Tibor?
I like that fight.
Dude, it's so fun that it had a punch.
Yeah, I can go get the art.
And Anita to face.
Thank you, Sibsy. That's definitely a Sibsy thing to do. But yeah, it's just, I think we've also kind of brought that into this unintentionally of following these trends of you have to like this, you can't like this, you have to think this, and you have to think that.
Yeah.
It's
stupid.
It's irritating. And
it's just, I'm bringing this back to Steven Universe, is like back in the founding days of that fandom, a lot of people are like, you can't like this show if you're not trans, non-binary, all that
bullshit.
stuff.
Oh, God.
First of all, I'm going to go off on a spiel here. First of all, no one, especially in this room, especially at any conventions, has any right to tell me I'm not a part of a fandom or anything that I should or should not like.
Well, it's the same thing with how you say you can't be a part of a fandom, much like how you can't say you are a part of a fandom. Like, what I mean by that is, I'm strongly against the argument of all bronies are furries.
Yeah.
I've never sided with that argument. I know people who are very emphatic about it and take that way too seriously, and I'll tell them, like, I do not see myself as a furry, because I'm of the mind of, at the end of the day, it comes down to self-preference. You are what you think, like, you are what you want to see yourself as. Because I know people who watch MLP and would rather be skinned alive than admit to associating with bronies.
Yeah.
So it does come down to self-preference. But anyways.
But yeah, like, no one has the right to tell you what you can like or can't like.
Mm-hmm.
No one.
I had a little tussle about that at BronyCon, actually.
You didn't tell us about
Well,
it.
I mean, it's not pony related. It's sports related, but a certain somebody.
Chalice.
Chalice. Yes. It was totally.
You can say Chalice's name on
I
here. He
know.
doesn't
Chalice,
care.
I love you. Your angels suck, but I love you.
Suck.
We actually right now we both suck. But no, we were talking. I didn't tell you this at BronyCon. On day 0, Chalice and I were just walking around Camden Yards and whatnot, and we were talking sports. And he was, making Rangers suck. He hates the Rangers, he hates the Cowboys, he hates the Mavericks, etc., etc.
But how can you hate the Mavericks when they have Duck?
He doesn't like Mark Cuban.
Duck.
But
Well, I mean, how can he not like Mark Cuban? He got put through a table.
I was there for that. But anyways, so I'm trying to find common ground. I make the attempt to try and find common ground with Chelsea's like, is there any team we do agree on in any sport? And it turns out
Saints.
it is. We are both big Saints fans. And I love that, but whenever
We're both wrong, but...
But what he basically said, I'm pretty sure he was, tongue-in-cheek with this and whatnot, but he's like, I've had people blast me. He's like, you can't be a Cowboys and a Saints fan. And I say this as I wear a Cowboys shirt right now. It's like, yes, I can. I was born and raised in Dallas, and I have family from New Orleans. And when I went to New Orleans myself, I saw that city as my second home, immediately fell in love with it, and I adore Drew Brees. So absolutely, I can consider myself a Saints fan and a Cowboys fan. No one has the right to tell you that you can't affiliate yourself with that.
Yeah, it's like saying that you can be, if you're a Crystal's fan, you can't be a fan of any other character in the show because she's a villain.
Oh my God, I haven't heard that one actually.
No, I just came with that off the top of my head.
Jeez.
But I'm just
If
saying,
you love
like,
Fluttershy,
or it being like Dallas, be like, well, Crystal's my favorite character because she can transform into any character.
that's such a bullshit thing to say. That's
Oh
like
no,
saying,
I call them out for
that's
that.
like saying your favorite Pokemon is Ditto.
JWhoof.
Oh,
Let's,
okay.
Let's kill him.
That's also Barry from Game of Thrones.
Okay, I haven't seen those, but okay.
But yeah, like
Hold on, real quick. That's an excellent one right there. If people heard me say that, it's like, you got that from JWhoof or Game Grumps, and they take it way too seriously, even though I just said I don't watch JWhoof and I haven't seen that Game Grumps. Quick, crucify me.
Oh,
Because clearly I deserve to be crucified for not knowing your reference. Anyways.
yeah, like people have told me this before. Like I think it was at last Nightmare Nights too, because someone asked me who my favorite ponies were.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did, well, technically main 7 now. Because Suck It Bitches Starlight is main 7.
Bet your ass she is.
I said, well, my top 3 would have to be Rarity, Starlight Glimmer, and then Applejack. And they're like, well,
Great choices.
You can't like Rarity and then like those two. I was like, why not? It's like, because they're completely different from Rarity. I'm like,
So?
I'm not a one-dimensional character. It's like, oh, only Rarity.
Yeah, you run with that stupid gimmick on here, but I know it's just a gimmick.
Like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore that pony. I absolutely love her, but I also love other ponies too.
Yeah.
It's like saying that,
It's like saying you have to hate Rainbow Dash if you're a Fluttershy fan.
yeah. Or to take it out of pony, like,
you can't,
say you're straight and you're into women. You've told your friends that, hey, I'm into bombshell women. You know, have the absolutely amazing figure and all that.
Mm.
Yet you start dating this one girl that, let's go, it has a petite build.
Mm.
Like, you can't do that. You said your favorite's women that fall in the bombshell category.
Yeah.
Why? I absolutely love her personality. She makes me feel like a better person. Well, you can't like her because you said this.
I know, it's like everything is a binding contract.
Your favorite Princess Celestia, you can't like Luna.
Funny you bring that up, because I'm bringing up conventions for this.
Okay.
Now, one guy I didn't mention his name last time, saying that Brony convention should constantly continue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And no,
I got you, angry.
strike that from the record. I'll go off on a tangent I don't need to go off on.
Okay.
But just like saying you only go to BronyCon because it's your first convention.
Mm-hmm.
You refuse to go to Nightmare Nights or BabsCon or TrotCon.
Personally, I haven't experienced that with
No,
somebody.
I haven't either.
But I know it'll be there.
There's
they're
someone out there, but like saying, I love Nightmare Nights. Absolutely adore that convention. But I also love Babs too. It's one of my favorite cons to go to.
Babs has done with me the one thing I shouldn't do. Grow attached to an out-of-state convention.
Yeah.
And damn it, I did.
Yeah.
I think we all agree that BabsCon is a really, really good con to go to.
Babs has always been... In the 3 out of the 4... Well, sorry, Barney Trixie.
Well, he's with me now because
But
we've
out
both
of
gone to 2.
the 3 out of the 4 Babs cons we've been to, it's an amazing convention.
baby.
I remember...
You
I
guys didn't go to the first BabsCon.
I know,
I went there
3
in
out of the
spirit.
4.
Oh, is that right?
Yep.
Is that right, Jason?
Yep. Just like I did the Spirit attendee badge for Japan PonyCon.
Which
so
I think
that
that's
makes
such a smart idea.
That really is.
I need to do
wish
that.
more conventions would do that.
That's really cool.
I have no clue what the little gift I'm going to get for the $40 I gave
Show
them.
us.
But
Like, when you get it, show
oh,
us.
I will. I'll bring it
I think they're still
on here
going
so
on,
we can
right?
do like, oh yeah, it's still going
Okay,
on.
I'm gonna do that.
Like their super exclusive badge tiers, those are selling out, but Spirit stuff I don't think has any limit on
Well,
it.
I mean, I really like that because it's like...
Because you get a badge and a lanyard too.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
I
Like,
might
I'm
do
surprised an American Con didn't come up with it first.
Mm-hmm. No, like, seriously, hats off to Japan PonyCon. That's really cool.
But
Yeah, it's a shame they only get 2-day venue, but still.
So, But for me, going off Pony, I know I've had talks with people. Like one of the ones that I remember was talking with a bunch of people in high school in I think South Carolina in high school, and they were talking about favorite shows, and they brought up Friends, and I said, "Oh, I didn't watch Friends at all."
Same here.
And they were like, "Oh, how could you not watch Friends?" And they were telling me all that spiel.
Yeah, that's how Brunson was.
And I was like, I just didn't watch it. I was watching other cool stuff.
I heard
That's like my time.
on ESPN Radio.
How the heck? Does that get
ESPN
into
Radio,
this?
they got into. It wasn't like that. You can't like this. They just started talking about this. It was Friends versus Seinfeld.
I watched Seinfeld.
I watched a little bit of Seinfeld, but
But I mean, there's a good one. How can you how can you prefer this show over this show?
One appeals to me more than the other.
Exactly.
I didn't really get what I got a lot was when I didn't listen to certain bands.
True.
Like,
I never got that.
Like,
No.
You've never heard of AC/DC?
It's AC Lion Bolt DC.
I mean, I like.
always get shit for that. It's
I
like,
would-
I don't care to listen to them.
I like
Sorry.
those bands, man, but I don't go around people telling
Like
me
the
to
one
listen
that I mostly got was games.
I think it's
Me and my
yeah.
friends.
Oh,
Like, oh, you've never played Final Fantasy VII before? This was to me before I got to play Kingdom Hearts, because Kingdom Hearts was the catalyst that got me to finally go out and buy Final Fantasy VII.
Mhm.
And I was like, what? I'm not a big fan of JRPGs. Like, I love Super Mario
And you
RPG.
call yourself a gamer.
And then I started playing, and I was like, okay, this is a good game, but like other games like Mass Effect, Fallout, those ones, my friends won't shut up for years about those.
You know how much shit I've gotten for saying you're not a gamer because I like to play Madden?
Dude, apparently the new Madden game's really good.
Mhm.
That's what I've heard too.
Like, I was surprised.
Mm.
Genuinely surprised.
Yeah.
Though I can tell you what one game we can give everyone shit about if they have not played. Phoenix Wright.
Jokes.
That fandom is pure and innocent. Like, it makes pear butter look like a slut.
Oh!
Oh my god!
Kill him!
To be fair, there has
Phoenix Wright fandom is pure and too good for this world.
We have to end the podcast. You said pear butter's a slut.
Okay, make sure that Luck listens to this episode. But am I wrong? Am I, guys?
It's a great fandom.
Yeah, there hasn't been any controversy with that.
Well,
as far as we know.
I've seen some people bitching about stuff here and there, like how
Most of the Japanese fans bitch about New Phoenix Wright, but suck it, bitches. America's keeping that series afloat.
sorry, not my fault. Spirit of Justice was great.
A lot of people are like, well, people would say that the worst game was Dual Destiny.
I love Dual
I
Destinies,
didn't know
man.
that.
Oh yeah, a lot
Guys,
of
we're going to
people-
Infamous territory, which we have to record that episode. It's been a year.
We do have to do it for
Well, it's
meetings.
almost been a year.
Yeah, September rolls around. That's when Spirit of Justice came out. Yeah, to go back to ponies, like I said, probably the one I get the most is, kind of associating it with stereotypes. One, I'm a Rainbow Dash fan, therefore I'm a stereotypical jock douche.
Well, you do like sports.
Well,
just because of that, you're a jock douche.
pretty much, yeah.
You gotta remember, most of these kids that say that come from being bullied by jocks.
So they have a full resentment of.
So then,
those
what am
people.
I if I'm a Trixie fan?
A trickster.
Just bad taste.
Okay, that was good.
And
Okay.
plus, you're a weeb that probably likes Yu-Gi-Oh.
Is that true?
God.
Starts-
Look at
a
the
single,
time.
a single bead of sweat drizzles
No,
down.
no, it's that Key and Peele.
Yes, I know.
Boom.
So
Well,
good.
what would it make me if I was a Sunset fan?
You just like bacon.
No, you.
That's true. With a side of eggs.
No, you like fake Starlight.
Gotta kick a man when he's down.
At least I was being nice.
Yeah, you were.
Oh man. Okay, so here's. Whenever you see, here's what I love. When you fall into when you go against, I hate saying this phrase, but go against the grain and whatnot. It's like, yeah, I like Princess Luna. I love Princess Luna, but she's not my favorite princess. I like Rainbow Dash and I like Fluttershy. I think Starlight's a great character. I don't hate Zephyr Breeze. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
Starlight's a great character, but I think Sunset Shimmer is a horrible character.
Well, just my point is going against these popular opinions and whatnot. And I haven't had this happen to me, but I've seen it towards other people, and I think it's disgusting. Is when people see this, especially if they've been around in the fandom for as long as we have. I've seen the accusation of, see, this is people like you are the reason why the show is so bad now.
What the hell?
Exactly. What was that you were saying about get off your high horse? Bingo. Oh my goodness.
But I haven't got a BINGO yet.
Shut up. So, this is starting to turn into a bit of a...
Event Fest?
Yeah.
Event Fest 2017, woo!
Should we call it?
I think so. I mean, we could go on. I personally.
I think the point's been made of.
I think so.
Just let's put it this way.
We're here to have fun. If someone has fun differently than you do, that's their decision.
I think DWK said it best. Make ponies fun again.
Here, let me put it in a way everyone can understand. Have fun. Don't care what the kid next to you is playing with. No. You're having fun. Focus on your own damn shit.
But they're playing with fidget spinners and I want one! Ray!
What the hell are you talking about? These are yours.
I know.
Check this shit out. Damn.
You did it once and now you've got it.
No, I've been doing it like...
Oh, shit! That's actually really cool.
God damn it. Wait. Let's see if we can land on
You're
top.
not going to spiritual train.
Damn.
Yeah.
Spiritual train right now. Okay.
Nope. No. So anyways, yeah, I think we've made a point. We're just here, let's just have fun.
It's like what I say at work all the time. Focus on your own damn stuff. Don't worry about what others are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, just because you hate Rainbow Falls doesn't mean Rainbow Falls is a bad episode. Just
Rainbow Falls hates you.
Cool.
He's not wrong.
Oh, wait a minute. No. Can I actually... There is one last point I want to make, and I just...
You try to kick us out the door, then you grab us back in.
I know, but I think it's a very important one. The C word. Cringe.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something completely different.
Oh, yeah.
No.
We had very different words.
Cringe. Shut up. No, cringe. I have seen that thrown around so loosely, and it's so fucking annoying. Because I don't like to call things cringe, because in this day and age, the definition of cringe has become something that somebody else does that I don't like.
Yeah.
It has absolutely become that. It's like, oh my god, that episode was so cringe, or oh man, that video was so cringe.
I won't lie, there have been some parts in My Little Pony that made me cringe.
Like?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
But again, it's like, cringe is used to describe things that are in, the popular opinion. Like, it's popular opinion to think Newbie Dash was a cringe-worthy episode, even though I love Newbie Dash.
Rainbow Crash.
I thought Newbie Dash was great. But I guess I'm not allowed to think that. See?
Well, it is a Rainbow Dash episode, so.
See?
A piece of garbage.
Thank you, Bill.
That was wonderful.
Yes, it was. Thank you, Bill. But yeah, it's just, it's like a friend of mine and I were talking about this, and it's cringe culture itself. Just thinking this is cringe, that's cringe. Anything you don't like but somebody else does is cringe. It's gotten so bad to the point where cringe culture itself is cringy. Because of how
Sign says cringe a lot.
He does. I've noticed that.
I think that's adorable.
I think he's trying to do it.
As he's dressed up as a female anime trigger.
I know. And that's not something to judge, but it's also don't be the kettle calling the pot black. Yes, the joke is Sign is black. Ha 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 ha.
I was saying that so we wouldn't embarrass him. Way to make this cringy.
Oh, him being black is what's going to embarrass him, not
Stop
just...
making this the cringe cast. God.
See...
Cringe corner.
See, J-Thor... No, not J-Thor. Trixie.
What?
People like you are why the show is bad now.
How do you feel about that?
It's because he loves tacos?
See, I just came here to have a good time. I feel like I'm being attacked.
I love that meme so much.
You have Tumblr to thank for that.
Oh, yes.
Anyways, I think we're at a good point to stop at.
Something I actually really like about Stable Condition right now?
What?
A lot of these topics that we have to stop ourselves because we know we're just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that with us?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not like, they're not all bitch fest. Like, the last episode we were telling BronyCon stories, and we could have kept going with that. But this time...
We have our moments.
Yes, we do. So, anyways, thank you very much. Really, really loved Fame and Misfortune. And guys, just have fun. Remember to do that. Don't take this shit so seriously.
Have fun or else we'll come and take it away from you.
Have fun or we'll tell you how bad your opinions are.
And we'll sell you into slavery like Rainbow Dash.
She did! Oh my god. I got one last story.
God.
We were just about to
Damn it.
end.
I'll tell it off mic then. Calm your tits.
All right then.
No, my tits are angry.
Quick, get
Oh, man.
angry. Like
Wendy, calm down. Your killer titties are gonna kill us.
there's
There. I'm gonna
anyway.
get you, Wendy.
Until next time, I'm Do the Daring Do.
I'm Trixie.
I'm Tibor.
And I am JWhoof.
All right,
I'm
EP.
JWhoof.
Good job.
Yeah.
EP's on the way. Bye bye.